All right, all right. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. It is a great Sunday. We had a great time at church today. We went and visited a church today. But we're going to get right into this 5 love languages. Last week, we talked about the first 2, which was words of affirmation and quality time. So just to recap, words of affirmation is what it really is. You know, a lot of people like to hear, "Oh, honey, I love you. You're wonderful. You're the cheese, Louise, and biscuits, and all of that good stuff." And quality time is what it says. And but let me back up, because some people might not know who we are. I'm Joe, and this is
I'm Kisa.
yeah. So sometimes we get a little excited, but getting right back into it. Quality time is exactly what it is. It's spending time with your spouse or your significant other. These are ways that people express and receive love in these 5 love languages. But today we're going to be discussing receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So I'm going to turn it over to my wife right now.
Thank you. Receiving gifts. Everybody knows what a gift is. And we like to receive them. Just about everybody likes to get a gift. But if that's your love language, gifts are a visual expression or symbol of love. It says, "Look, he thought about me." Just random gifts really make you feel loved if this is your love language. It doesn't always have to be something expensive. It can be made, purchased, or found. You might go to the beach and see a beautiful seashell that makes you think of your significant other, and you give it to them in memory of the vacation or the time that you spent. And it really means a lot to someone whose love language is receiving gifts.
Yeah. Or it could be like our wedding bands, which is a physical expression, a symbol of our union and of our love. Gifts remind us of the bond between the giver and the receiver.
Yes.
You know. Well, everybody, once again, now you know I'm a big Star Trek fan. All of my alerts are Star Trek based. We got technical difficulties. But, you know, the gift of self or a gift of presence is one of those intangible gifts, you know, and it speaks volumes. Giving of yourself to your spouse or to your significant other, it means a lot, because a lot of times we get so caught up in this fast-paced world that it's easy to forget about each other.
Yeah.
And just sometimes being in each other's presence in and of itself can be a gift.
That can be. I know I enjoy our close of night ritual. If he's out working his business with the landscaping, or if he's working online with the consulting, I'm in the kitchen creating food heaven.
Yummy.
Or I'm working on content, and we always get to come together at the end of the day.
Right.
Because I like receiving gifts. It's not my main love language, but it's a touch of that in there. I like it.
Yeah, because, you know, the time that you invest with your spouse, it shows love.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And but we're going to move on to the next love language, which is my particular love language, which is acts of service. And that's doing things that you know your spouse would like you to do. But sometimes it's more than just that, you know. Like the examples I like to give, or well, I mean, if you hand it to me, I can fix that. But anyway, I digress. But, you know, a good example I like to give is when it's cold outside, getting up and going out and starting the car so your spouse doesn't have to get into a cold car. Now, that doesn't seem like much, but I know I appreciate a nice warm car. You know, but, you know, Jesus, he gave a really profound illustration of showing love by an act of service when he washed the feet of his disciples. You know, he instructed them to love one another. However, this act is expressed. It expresses the love. You know, serving the people that you care for is an expression of love. Some people take those kind of things for granted, and it's easy to take those things for granted. But one thing I want to talk about is requests give you direction to love. Demands stop the flow of love, because now it seems like a chore. Well, I got to do this because she's demanding it from me, or he's demanding it from me, and it feels forced.
Right. I enjoy having breakfast ready when they come in from cutting grass or whatever they're out there cutting. That's an act of love for me, an expression of love. I want him to know that I appreciate him working hard, and thank you. I love you. These types of acts, they really make life worth living, because it's the little things. He gets up and he makes coffee. I wake up to the scent of coffee. I'm a happy woman, because then I get to drink it.
Right. And we got really great coffee anyway.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna have to find out for yourself.
Well, I wanted to go miss it from the grocery store, because all y'all know.
Well, they can't get it from the grocery store now. We have to order it, but we're not gonna even tell you where to order it right now. Maybe later. If we get 100 subscribers, maybe we'll give Bridgeville that.
We'll give you this great coffee set. But moving on to the final love language, which is physical touch. And physical touch communicates emotional love. And I enjoy this love language. This is one of my main love languages. From birth, we see that children who are hugged, kissed, and held develop a healthier emotional life. Touch is important.
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool for communicating marital love.
Yeah.
It can make or break a relationship.
Yeah.
It can communicate hate or love.
Exactly.
It's not just sex. From holding hands to kisses to when you walk by, you might be doing something. Like I'm working in the kitchen, he'll come and rub my back a little bit and say, baby, you about done? You tired? Just letting me know that he's concerned for me. There is safety inside of this type of physical touch.
Oh, and don't forget when I massage your scalp.
Yes, I do love a massage of the scalp.
And I enjoy it too. I like sticking my fingers in her hair and just rubbing her scalp, and the response and the peace that comes with that, it makes her happy.
It does.
Or because nobody makes anybody, but she gets happy behind it. It's enjoyable.
He fills my cup. And I, in turn, through acts of service and some of these other love languages, feel his. But, there are tactile receptors all over the body. So that's why it's not just a sexual thing. Any little touch or just coming by and making contact. Because you can be in the same space at the same time but not be together.
Yeah.
This is a way that we maintain our togetherness.
Yeah, exactly.
To touch my body is to touch me. To withdraw from my body is to distance yourself from me emotionally. You ever been in bed with your significant other or your spouse and y'all got backs to each other, and it seems like there's an ocean between you? But when you come together, when we spoon or we cuddle up together, there's safety, there's peace, there's just love, and it flows from him to me and me to him. Caring for your spouse in crisis also is so super important inside of physical touch. We've all lost loved ones. We've all went through bad things, loss of a career or a job. I know the pandemic brought a lot of this about.
Yeah.
When people really needed love and we were told, don't touch, stay away, don't hug, maintain 6 feet. That's hard for someone who needs this love language.
Yeah.
So, it's important to let your spouse know, hey, babe, I had a bad day.
Yeah.
And he could just put me in his arms and say, baby, it's going to be better tomorrow. And the touch and the words Because I also, my other one is quality time. When you give me everything I need, my cup is filled back up, and I can fight another day.
Mm-hmm.
And when I provide acts of service, or when he performs acts of service, because it works both ways, he is filled. He has his purpose, and I have mine. And when you marry those two, you make something great.
And, you know, when I receive the love language of acts of service, it causes me to feel important, like I matter.
And that's important for a man.
Yeah.
Because they need respect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because, you know, we the basic thing is women need love and men need respect. That's why it's in Ephesians where it tells women to love their husbands, you know, and or no, men to love their wives as their own flesh, because that's what women need. And it also talks about women should reverence their husband. You know, reverence is, a lot of people might not know, reverence is high respect, high regard, because we need that. It gives us a sense of purpose. It gives us the power to keep moving forward some days when we're out here battling everything else against us. We can come home and we can get that and kind of recharge our batteries, you know. But I want to speak one more thing about caring for a spouse in crisis. You know, my mother passed away this past April, and Keisha was here. I called her on a Friday when we had to take her to the emergency room, and she was here from the beginning all the way to the end. And I don't know what I would have done had she not been here for me. You know, because I was kind of falling apart, you know, and anyone who's lost a parent, you know, or even a child knows what that's like, you know, and I'm not going to go any further with that because I might tear up. But, you know, we want to encourage you to make sure that you get the book, The 5 Love Languages. The 5 Love Languages. If you are married, and it doesn't matter whether you've been married 6 months or 60 years, this book can help you have a better relationship, because it teaches you how to speak to each other in a loving manner.
And it's not difficult. When you read the book, and it has quizzes, it has assignments where you can define your love language or languages. And when you realize what they are, you know what to ask for. Because earlier he mentioned that requests give direction to love, and demands stop it. So instead of saying, I wish you would just take the trash out, why I gotta tell you all the time, baby, can you take the trash out? Thank you, I appreciate it. Or baby, this is what I told my husband. I don't want to clean the bathroom. I don't want to touch the trash. He takes care of it. I don't have to worry about it.
Or wash the dishes.
Yeah, and he helps wash the dishes. Now, he doesn't wash them all the time. I do that some too. But that's my least favorite task in the house. So he helps me with that. And I appreciate that, because those are things that I've just told him. And you got to communicate. Without communication, this won't work, because you have to give and take. You got to answer these questions. You got to be real with your spouse and say, this is what I need. This is how I think or feel. And when you do that, you open the door to having a wonderful, close relationship, full of both of you being able to give 100 to each other. Because I told my husband this the other day, it's not 50-50 anymore. It's 100-100. We both try to get it and go in together, because we are, you know, the wonderful. Yes,
Form of.
My wife.
Yeah, shape of a good-looking husband.
That's it right there.
But you know, guys, as always, this is about making the changes necessary to have a successful relationship, to have a successful marriage. And remember what I always talk about, change. But before we get into that, remember these lives we do on Facebook, we will be uploading them to our YouTube channel, Bountiful Harvest with Joe and Keisha. You can find these videos on our playlist, Meet the Bumbries. And please go over there, like, share, and subscribe. When we get to 100, subscribers, we're going to be giving away some good stuff.
There's the book.
Yeah. What the book? Yeah, this book, 1,001 Questions to Ask Before You Get Married. So you single folks, you engaged people, this is a book we highly recommend. Someone is going to get it. So, pass the word around. Let people know.
Like
not
and
just
share.
to get the book.
Share.
Yeah.
Please share these videos.
Yeah.
If you found anything in them to help you,
Yeah.
if you found anything in them to take to heart for you and your relationship, and not just single and engaged, newlyweds.
Yeah.
Because we haven't been married that long.
That's right.
But we've been courting. We had been courting for a while, and these tools really helped in our talk,
Yeah.
in our speech between the two of us, how we express and how we communicate.
Yeah.
So, 100 subscribers will be giving this away to one of you. I'll close out today.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap it up. We went between the last two videos. We have discussed all 5 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Feel free to replay these, send them, share them. Please share, because it's so important that we get our families back together.
Exactly.
A lot of people are struggling out here to be heard, and it makes a difference. So thank y'all for watching. Like he said, tuning into us on YouTube at Bound for Harvest with Joe and Kisa, and we look forward to sitting with you next time. Y'all have a great night.
All right, later.